I'm back. We're going to do the signatures today. So I have a few things. I have some music page and everything's 8.5 by 11. I have some, drawing paper, kids drawing paper. I just like the texture of this, just something different. I have some Cara Brandon coffee dyed printables. These are called, it's from her Sepia collection. And I have just some tea/coffee dyed paper, not sure which. And so let's see, I've divided these into 3 sections, but I don't remember exactly how I wanted to do that. Okay, so let's see. This will go this way, and I'm not sure, but I think I want it to go that way. Well, it goes there, there. Okay. So this is the first signature, and I think I'm going to use this for the center. Let me put these behind me. I'm going to use this one for the center, so I'll fold it over this way. And these will just be with the most decorative side out. Oops. There we go. And they all have something on the back. This is the one that I printed on paper. That was the cover of the small folio. So it'll just have that little piece there. It'll be fine for the cover. So this is going to be the first signature. So I need, there's 6 pages there. So I need, well, there's 6 pages there now. I need 1 coffee dyed. So that's 7. And I'll take a Cara Brandon page, and that'll be 8. And a drawing page. This is very lightweight, but it's fun. I like this paper. So that's 9, and it's just a little bit different color. And then I have a music page. So for the first signature, I think I've got 2 with titles. So let's do that. Moonlight Sonata. Alright. So there we go. Alright. So for this is going to be the cover. And then this one I think is going to be the center. Yes. So it doesn't really matter which way we do this. I'm just going to, let's do this one and another designer one, and then the music. No, let's do drawing, and then another designer one, and then the coffee dyed, and a designer, and the music, and this. Yeah, I think I like it this way. Flowers up. And then the cover. Okay, so that's going to be signature 1. There's 10 pages in here, so that'll be 30. That'll be end up being 120 sides. So that'll be nice. All right, so signature 1. All right, and then this will be signature 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How did I end up with 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how. Okay, so this is supposed to be the middle. And so this is going to be the middle one. I don't remember which one I'll leave out in a second. So that's going to be the middle. I imagine this one probably goes in the other one. So this doesn't really matter. And what was I going to do for the middle here? I think I'll use this one for the middle. Or no. Oh, that's what happened. Okay, so this is going to be the cover of the second signature because I only had 5 of these. So this is going to be the cover for the second, and then this one's going to be the center. That's what I decided. All right, and then the rest will fall in line. This one has the writing on it. I need to make sure I get that the right direction. All right, and then I have the one that doesn't have the title. So we've got music. We've got coffee/tea dyed. And the reason I say that is because when I make it, I usually do tea dyed and then I add just a little bit of coffee to make it a little bit darker. I've got my Cara brand in here. All the information for the main kit that I'm using from Pink Monarch Prints is in the description box. And then I have my drawing paper here. So let's see. Let's lay this out how we want to do it. Okay, so this is the cover, and the florally one was going to be the middle. So where is that? This one. Okay, so this one I'll start with because that's what I want for the middle, and then we'll do let's do the drawing paper. We'll do a designer and a Cara, and the writing paper there, and coffee dyed, designer, music, polka dots, and the cover. Kind of wish that was on the front, but that's okay. So that's 10 pages for the second signature. So we've got 1 and 2, and then we'll put this last one together. So drawing paper. I'm just going to speed this one up real quick. I think I'm going to do this one in the center, and this one will be the signature cover. There we go. All right. So this is the center, yes. Okay, so we want to do a copy. Designer, music paper. That one feels like it's upside down. I think it goes this way. I don't actually think it really matters, but that's what I'm doing with it. And I think I'll use this one, and this one, and this one. All right. So we've got 30 pages, just like that. And here we have our cover, which I think looks great. So that's plenty of room. We're going to have plenty of room in there to add ephemera. So let's get started. I need to make a graph. Let's get some graph paper. I have all my papers in file boxes above me. So let's see here. This is gonna be lined up pretty much with the paper across. So I'm going to need to trim it down to the 2 3/4. Well, I'm going to take off that end. Oops. I forgot it's lined on the other side, so let's take off that end piece. Alright. It's not going to be exact, but it'll work. And let's do these little squares are not 1/4 of an inch. So, I guess I'll use them for the vertical, but not the horizontal. I'm just going to cut this. Oh, it's on a line, so how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so I'm going to divide it. We're going to do this the easy way. We're just going to fold this in half. Hopefully I can keep it straight. There we go. We're going to fold that in half. And I'm going to draw that line so that I can see it. I apologize for the drums. I try to record in the morning, but it didn't work out. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go. I don't want them too far apart, so I think, alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to fold this in half this way so that we get the halfway mark here. Alright, so that gives me my, yeah, pretty much right there. Okay, and then I probably want to come in about 1 1/4 inches. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1 inch. Yeah, this is a weird paper. I want to come in a little bit more than that. And you don't have to, you know, do it this way. You can eyeball it, but I just, because there's 3 of them, I'd like it to be in the same spot. So I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not worrying about that little strip down there. And then I think we'll come over 2. Boy, that leaves me a lot of room over here, doesn't it? Because I did 2 here. That leaves me almost 1 inch. This leaves me 3/4 of an inch. Yeah. I think I'm going to do the 3. You know, it's just trial and error sometimes. There's no right or wrong way to do this. And the trick is consistency. You know, whatever you do to one, do to the other. So I do want to cut this down, however. So let's cut off yeah, I'm going to cut off on that line right there. And I think it'll be easier to see what we're doing. Hopefully I've done this straight enough. So I'm doing this about 1 1/8. The problem is I can't hold it. Okay. There we go. Let's see if that works. So I want it to be where I can see. Yeah, that's more, it's still wider than than I'd like it to be, but I think it'll be. Can't really see the edges of the cardboard very well. So I might need to cut it down just a smidge more. Yeah, because the cardboard is there. So I think I'll just cut it here. Oops. Can't cut straight to save my life. Been a while since I've made a template, because I usually, if I'm doing a one signature journal, I'll usually eyeball it. Excuse me, but for this I want them all to be the same. I need some clips. So I think that should be just about in the right area. Just okay, we'll clip that and come down here. I think I went up too high up there, but we'll get it. This is why I don't do this on camera a lot, because it's a lot of finagling. It's finicky. So I'm going to use 2 and use 2 down here too, because I don't want it to move. Now I won't be able to use my what you call it here, book binding hole poker thingy. I'll have to do this on a book. I can do it for my signatures, but I'll have to do this part on the book. So I'll just lay this down like so. And where's my pokey tool? There it is. So I'm going to do right in the middle. And here. Here. Hopefully I'm going through the whole thing. What I'll do after I poke these holes is come back through the other side. Make sure I'm on the book. Well, there we go. This pokey tool, is so sharp. Alright, let's come on this side, and yes, I can see them, so that's great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come through here and poke. And I'm going to go in about 3/4 of an inch, because that should give me a big enough hole. Try not to get my fingers in the process. And then we'll do these down here. And now we've got some holes we can work with. And I don't know if I have an off-white linen. I'll have to look. If not, I'll just use white, because I'm going to put lace over it, so it's not going to really matter. And I will save this to do my signatures in a minute. And let's see what we've got. I use yarn darners. These are probably from the 70s. I think these were in my grandma's sewing box. It doesn't have a year on it that I can tell. But these are pretty old. And then I bought some, and I bought dull needles, I think they're called. So I don't know why that's sliding down the bottom. This is the one I always use probably. Anyway, but the ones I bought from Hobby Lobby are Sewology 5 tapestry needles, and these are dull. They're rounded on the bottom. Their eye is a little bit bigger. So let's see, I've got, oh yeah, it's kind of a off-white. Anyway, I was thinking it was white, but it's, oh, do I have one that started already? Here. I buy this in the beading section at Hobby Lobby. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, and then I want 3 of these. So and this is waxed cord. I believe it's linen. Waxed linen cord. It might be something else, but it reminds me of the stuff I used to craft with all the time from close to my heart. We called it waxy flax. It's very similar. So I'm just going to put those up there and make sure my book is going the right way, and we will start with the signatures. So I got my here, and I want to get these pretty snug together the way they go, and I'm going to clip them. And that moved, I think, so let's see. No, maybe not. I love these. I got these at, I believe these were at Dollar Tree. Pretty sure. They have different sizes, so pretty sure that's where they're from. Now, what do I do with my, there we go. So, I'm going to take this, and remember, I remember the top was the one that didn't have this extra little piece at the bottom, so it's going to stick that in there. It's the same as the length of the page, and I'm just going to poke 1, 2, a 3. Anybody remember that commercial for how many licks does it take? So these I am going to go ahead and make sure that I get the hole all the way through. And hopefully I'm on screen. Sorry about that if I'm not. Okay, this is the back signature, and that's where I'm going to start. So this is the back of the book. I'm going to lay this down, thread my needle. Okay, I usually start in the middle on the inside, so I'm going to go through that. Let's start over. Okay, so I'm going to go through the middle of the book and come through until I have about 5 or 6 inches, and I'm going to clip it. Okay, and then I'm going to attach this to the cover this way. Alright, then I'm going to come back to the top, and how cool is that it's the same, and go back through this go all the way to the bottom, come through, and then I'm going to go, uh-oh, that didn't stay where it was supposed to. Then I'm going to go back through this, or through this bottom hole and out. And then I'm going to kind of make sure that this is where I want it. I want to make sure I have enough of that piece. So I'm going to come back, pull some of this out, so that I have a little bit. That was supposed to stay there. Alright, and now what I'm going to do is hold this. You can see this is still loose. We'll tighten that up in a minute. I'm going to hold this to the left, and I'm going to come in that same hole, and hopefully it's going to go through the book, or the binding, or what do you call that? The spine, and then in through the middle. And hopefully I did not catch that other piece, because otherwise I won't be able to tighten it. So now I can pull on both of these very carefully. I'm just pulling, yeah, pull the direction that I was just going, and I can see that it's tight, how tight it is here. I want it to be snug. I can see how tight this is. I want it to be snug, but I don't want to pull so tight that I'm ripping the hole open, you know what I mean? And then before I unthreaded it, is that a word? Before I unthreaded, dethreaded, I should have gone so that one is on one side and one is on the other, nice and snug. And then we're gonna cross a little, and I'm gonna pull that down, and that's gonna go right in that hole, kind of take up that room. And then I'm gonna do another knot and tie a bow. All right. And then if I have any that is a little too long, I'll just trim that off like so. All right, so now we have that. We can undo the rest, and I'll save this for a tag. So now we have the back signature in. Okay, now I'm not going to do that 3 times because it's tedious. Therefore, it was a 29-minute video already, so yeah. Therefore, I'm going to go ahead and sew the other 2 signatures in off camera, and when we come back, we will start working on decorating the pages. Isn't this fun? This is going to be fabulous. And after I get this sewn on, we'll also add that extra piece of lace. I'm excited. Okay, guys, see you next time. Bye now.